All right, Scorpio, what it do? How y'all doing? Time to go ahead and knock out your extended reading for October 2024. So we got to make sure we got every little crumb of information off the table before we move on to the mid-month messages. Y'all know the mid-month messages, man. That's my favorite. That's where we check to see if timelines changed. But we can't check to see if timelines change until we get every crumb of information and give every bit of advice that we can on every crumb of information. So, for those of you who would like a personal reading, just check the description of the video, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know. All right, let's get some rainbows and unicorns, Scorpio. Because it is coming up to your season here soon. So hopefully you're in your energy. You got some blessings coming in, hopefully. Because, yeah, lots of the signs haven't had much luck this October, dude. So let's see. Person that you're interested in. What's happening in October between Scorpio and the person they're interested in? Ooh, you know what that means? That means you and this person have karma that you have to work out. That's actually a good thing, though. That is a good thing. Don't let the word karma alarm you. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It doesn't mean you have a lesson that you need to learn. It doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. And it abso-fucking-lutely does not mean you're being punished for something, okay? It just means you and this person have unfinished business from a past life. So the reason why that's a good thing is that means there is a soul contract. So the two of you are supposed to come together. That's at least the plan. We'll see if that's happening. Ace of Cups reversed. Ooh. What the hell's going on here? So I am seeing a love offer being made. Okay. A love offer is definitely being made. It's not really telling me exactly why no new start in love is happening. Maybe, you know what, honestly, what this feels like? This is a classic push-pull dynamic. You know, you've been waiting, you've been hoping, you've been wishing. So energetically, you've been pushing. And they've been pulling, or at least keeping you at an arm's distance. Then, finally, they come in with a love offer, and that energetic dynamic, like, flips. Now, as soon as they come in, you're kind of acting like you're not really all that interested, especially those of you who had to wait a long time. If you had to wait a real long time for this person to make some kind of decision, because now you're just kind of like, well, do I want this? I'm really honestly thinking that by the time that door opens, you're not quite wanting it as bad as you thought you did. Not quite. Lover's card reversed. 10 of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. I think that you're kind of honestly having a very surprise change of heart on this. Some of you dealing with a Gemini, possibly. So, let me see what's going on with this person. What's their energies? What's their feelings? What's their intentions? Magician. Oh, they're scared of commitment. Yeah. Yep, they're scared of commitment. They are highly, highly, highly sexually attracted to you. Oh, man, they are interested in you, and they're definitely sexually attracted to you. But they're not 100% sure whether or not they want to commit. And I think you can probably kind of pick up on that energy a little bit, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't know whether or not you want to commit, maybe you ain't my person then. My person gonna know they want to commit to me. So maybe that's a little bit off-putting when you really, really, really sit and think about it. They're interested in you, though. Very attracted to you. They're just not sure if they're ready to settle down. They know, though, and here's another thing, too. They know that if both of you really work towards this, that you could have something very successful. They know that. It's all about commitment and settling down is what they're really worried about. They don't know if they're ready for that yet. Why would they not be ready for that yet? Because of some shit that happened in the past. Okay, I think they're a little bit emotionally immature, though. We got a Page of Cups and a Knight of Cups in the upright. And all the kings are in the reverse here. A little bit emotionally immature. Maybe they know that, too. Maybe there's a part of them that kind of knows that they would need to be a little bit more mature than they are to settle down with you. Okay, well, let's get the advice on this then. What's the advice? Okay, Three of Pentacles. Well, oh man, this shit is so brain bending, dude. This shit is so brain bending. First of all, try not to let it become a sex-based connection. Try not to. If you can help it, do the best you can to try not to let it become a sex-based connection. But at the end of the day, okay. So first of all, when you have a karmic contract, I tell my personal clients this all day, every day. I don't have the authority to tell you what you should or should not do with a past life karmic contract. When y'all wrote this soul contract, I wasn't even nowhere near this fucking planet. I wasn't even in this damn star system when y'all wrote this soul contract. I was fucking millions of light years away on my home planet playing some other fucking game that has nothing to do with this Earth shit. So I definitely don't have the authority to tell you what you should do with this, because this is a soul contract that's pretty fucking old. The only thing I can tell you, though, is that if it does kind of start to turn into that push-pull dynamic, be careful, because you all are going to have to meet in the middle. If you're pushing, and they're pulling, and then they turn around and start pushing, and you're pulling, I promise you, if y'all don't figure out how to meet in the middle, it's going to turn into a push-pull. I read this shit. People come to me for readings with a push-pull shit happening all the time. And I'll tell them, you got to figure out how to meet in the middle. And really, when you have the most control is when you're pulling. That's when you have the most control. See, the person that's pulling is the one in control, aren't they? Because the person that's pushing is chasing. So when you're the one pulling, that's when you have to stop and meet in the middle. Don't push too hard. Don't pull too hard. Stop and meet in the middle and figure out how to balance that energy out. Because if you don't do that, it could turn into a never-ending game of cat and mouse and push-pull. All right. Some of you dealing with a Capricorn, by the way. I also have Libra here. All righty. Okie dokie. Well, let's see what's going on with the past person, eh? The past person. This could be any past person. Could be an ex that you dated for 5 years. It could have just been a little fling you had a one-night stand with and you ain't seen him since. Any kind of past history. If you're not curious about somebody you had past history with, this is not for you. Woo-hoo! Oh, and the Six of Cups. Look at that, dog. Look at that. I think a reconciliation attempt is coming. Woo-hoo! I think y'all gonna get back together. I think y'all getting back together, though. Yup. Wow. This is the strongest reconciliation energy I've seen come through. Definitely a reconciliation attempt. So we do have this, though. We do have Two of Wands World card reversed. And the Two of Pentacles. So this is you not going into this with your head stuck in the sand. You're very cautious. Some of you might even end up being a little bit too cautious. I would even probably go as far as to say that a couple of you may even be leaning towards being paranoid. Nothing wrong with it intrinsically. You definitely want to be vigilant. But, you know, so when it all comes down to it, I don't think you're giving all of yourself to this. A little bit, you know, you're going to go ahead and acquiesce to seeing what this person's all about and what they really want, what their intentions are. All right. Well, damn, I don't really have much else to say about it. I really don't. Let's look at the past person's energies, feelings, and intentions. What's their energies, feelings, and intentions? Well, they are kind of, sort of still holding a little bit of a grudge, a little bit. So they haven't completely released everything from the past. Not completely. Seven of Cups reversed. Their love life hasn't really been all that successful since y'all parted ways. So that changes everything, man. That changes everything. So either they thought they could replace you and they couldn't, or the person they thought would be better than you turned out to not be better than you. Or for some of y'all, they just can't fucking meet nobody. They just can't meet nobody. Now, I do have to say this, especially if you are a female dealing with a male. Men are way worse about this than women. I have seen women do it. I'm not saying that they never do, but men do this much more frequently than women do. 90% of the time, when an ex-boyfriend comes back, it's because his love life or his sex life ground to a halt. And he's thinking to himself, damn, it don't look like I got a chance at bringing anybody new into my life. So It looks like if I want to bring somebody into my life, my best bet is to get somebody who has given me a chance before to give me another one. Oh, the fellas get pissed at me when I tell our little secret. Oh, shit. Well, that changes everything then. Damn, dog. Okay. So they're coming back because they really don't feel like they have any other options. I was not expecting that. I really was not. Let's get the advice. What's the advice? Okay, 2 of Cups. Okay, some of you dealt with a Leo, but I feel like you're already doing this. That's pretty much what it told me in the first spread, that you're holding back and keeping them at an arm's distance. Do that. I'm not gonna say go to one extreme or the other. I'm not gonna say jump into this and give 100% of yourself to this. I'm also not gonna say ignore them and walk away unless you want to. But the way my readings are designed, just to let you all know, is that when I do the past person, this is designed to only be for the people asking about a past person. Okay. I'm not one of those readers that just says, hey, Scorpio, a past person's coming back. No. Sometimes that can come through like that, but this is geared towards those of you who are asking about the past person. So if you're asking about a past person, that greatly increases the chances that you probably do want to be with them, right? So there may be a few of you who end up feeling so irked by this person that you just want to back away and walk away from it. In which case, if that's the feeling that you get, then go right ahead. But I think the majority of you are handling this the way you should, keeping them at an arm's distance and watching their intentions. And I would say keep that up for about no less than 2 months. No less. And 2 months is minimum. Keep them at an arm's distance. Just watch them. Just watch them. Just watch them. Just make sure that they're coming from a place of integrity in all aspects of their life. You know, make sure they've made a genuine change. And you can't really tell if somebody's made a genuine change unless you pay attention to their behavior in other circumstances in their life. Pay attention to how they treat their friends. Pay attention to how they treat their family. Are they still lying to their friends? Are they still lying to their family? Are they still playing basically pretty much the same old games they were playing? They still hanging around the same people, doing the same shit, you know, because I'm going to tell you what right now, if any past person comes back into your life and while they're around you, they're putting on this amazing award-winning fucking performance that looks like they've changed, but in every other area of their life, they're still doing the same shit. It's bullshit. Because when you make a genuine change, the chances that you're still going to be doing the same things in other areas of your life are very slim. When you make a genuine frequency change, the people around you change. It's very likely, you more than likely ain't going to be hanging around the same people. You ain't going to be doing the same shit. So if you come back to me, walk, talk, act, and quack like you've changed, but everything else in your life is still exactly the same, I'm not buying it. I'm going to have to watch you. I'm going to have to observe you real closely for months and months and months. And then, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you totally could have genuinely just changed everything. Okay, cool. Hey, if it turns out that's the case, then I'll gladly take it on the chin if I'm wrong. But from what I've witnessed on my journey, when somebody comes back into your life and nothing in their life has changed except for the way they act when they're around you, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Bullshit. And that mask will fall off within a 3-month period. All right. General messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. What general messages do we have for the Scorpio family? Three of Wands. Some of y'all are waiting on something. Maybe are you waiting on a job to contact you, possibly? Waiting on a promotion for some of you, maybe? Or maybe some of you are just waiting on the right opportunity to make a move. Whatever it is you're spending the majority of your time waiting on, it's kind of looking like October is a month of waiting. Ooh, this looks like a friendship coming to an end. This looks like a friendship coming to an end. Wow, I didn't expect that. That's not what it started off talking about. So it kind of looks to me like you. So with this, okay. So I got 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords. But 7 of Wands is reversed. So that kind of tells me that you just highly, 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 highly suspect that somebody is like really seriously up to no good. And you're walking away from this before it turns into drama and conflict. Some of you, I guess, maybe it could pop off into some drama and conflict. It very well could. But there's somebody in your circle of friends and family. I'm not getting family energy here, but if the first person that comes to your mind when I say that is a family member, then take it. But this feels like a friend or acquaintance or maybe a coworker, somebody that you honestly just really don't trust. Not really. Y'all may act cordial to each other. You know, like we've all had that one person at the workplace, right? Oh, we sit and talk and it's all cool at work, but it just feels so something's off, you know, but you don't want to start drama at the workplace, you know, so you just kind of feel like you're backed against the corner with your hands tied. I don't want to get in trouble at work. I don't want to start no fucking drama at work. I just want to get my job done and go home. But being friendly with this person doesn't feel right. You know, that type of energy, I'm not saying it's that exact scenario, but it feels like that type of energy. So for those of you who are highly suspicious of somebody in your circle, friends, family, acquaintances, coworkers that you can't trust, if you're wondering whether or not you're just making this shit up in your head, no, you're not. No, you're not. The vast majority of the time, when your gut tells you that something's off about a person, it's off. It's off. Unless the exceptions to that would be if you know for a fact that you may have some unhealed trauma. There's that. But usually most people are kind of aware of that. People come to me for readings sometimes and they'll ask me, is it them or me? Is it just my trauma? Am I seeing through the lens of my trauma? Or is this person really a fucked up person? So usually if you're viewing the world through a traumatized lens, you're usually aware of that most of the time. But I think, no, your intuition is on point, and I do feel like you're walking away from this person. Or at least cutting ties with them, or just looks to me like you're walking away from it. Well, I ain't got much else to say there. General advice. General advice. Ooh, okay. Okay. So in a situation like this, one of the trickiest things to do. Okay, so here, going back to what we were talking about a minute ago. Is it them or is it me? Well, after a certain point, once it crosses a certain line, it honestly doesn't matter. After a certain point, if you can't figure it out, try not to spend too much time thinking about what your intuition is picking up on. Because the way it works is your higher self communicates to you, and your guides communicate to you via a instant download. And a lot of times that download can be way quicker than the brain can process it. Way quicker. So, but the brain, the ego analytical thinking brain, being the know-it-all that it is, thinking that it can figure every fucking thing out, it immediately gets to work starting to think about what it is that's off about this person. What they're lying about. What's really going on? What are they doing? What are they planning? What are they scheming? This, that, and this, and that, and that, and this, and this, and that. After a certain point, if you spend too much time trying to do that, that's when it could lead to popping off into drama and just creating karma. After a certain point, if something feels off about somebody, it doesn't matter. All that matters is me and you are not a vibrational match. We're just not. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's both of us. What if it's both of us? Maybe I'm seeing the world through a traumatized lens and you're a fucked up sack of shit. Hey, maybe it's both of us. Doesn't matter. All that matters is it doesn't feel right when I'm around you. It's all that matters. Now, again, most of the time, you're right. Most of the time, you can pick up on when somebody is a sneaky, snaky little fuckbag. Most of the time. But this type of situation, especially those of you dealing with a situation at the workplace, in which case, hey, what if you're in a situation where you can't really walk away from a person? I wouldn't recommend continuing to be fake. I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not saying be rude, but I would say that if you can feel that kind of tension around a person, just avoid them. Avoid them and keep them at an arm's distance. Because eventually, at some point, it's going to pop off into some drama, which ain't going to be good for nobody. Ain't going to be good for nobody. Even if you win the fight or the argument or whatever the case may be, even if you win, it's still not good for you. All that does is put a big pile of karmic ass energy on your shoulders. That's all it does. That's all it does. And if you were hoping that this would be your last incarnation on Earth, you might have just fucked yourself. Depending on whether or not you're able to process through it and release it. If you're a skilled enough energy worker, you can absolutely do that. But why even take the chance? Like if I'm a skilled enough energy worker, yes, I know how to process through, release, and transmute energy. But that doesn't mean I'm going to partake in drama with you. It's like, yeah, I know how to scrub my shoes, but that doesn't mean I'm going to run through a pile of dog shit. What's the point? What's the point? Yeah, I could clean them, but why even fucking put myself in that situation? Why step in shit just because I know how to clean it? You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. We got a few super chats here. All right, we got Michelle and Erica. Thank you all for the super chats. Greatly appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you that tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. So I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.